Most artists know what a regular pre-save is, right? You send out your link to your friends on your social media before a song drops, and you get them to pre-save that song, which helps with release radar, which helps with the algorithm and just momentum for the song in general, right? That's a typical pre-save that you're familiar with. But a Forever Presave takes that to a whole nother concept. So instead of someone just pre-saving one song, they're actually going to be giving you permission to pre-save all their future releases as well. That's what makes the Forever Presave so special. So now, every time you drop a new song, those fans are connected to that release strategy. And that's helping with algorithmic growth, initial, momentum on a new release and a new song dropping, and to keep that fan base engaged. In this video, I'm going to explain how it works, why it works, and how you can incentivize your fans to start not just giving you normal pre-saves, but forever pre-saves, and how you can create more value with something like this. So the first thing we're going to be going over is Symphony OS. Okay, I'm sure you guys have heard of Submit Hub, Future FM. It's a similar platform, but this platform is pretty much specifically built for forever pre-saves. Like, some of these other platforms are still catching up to this technology and to this strategy. So Symphony OS is built for this. It's going to be your best choice in my opinion. And I'm not sponsored by Symphony OS by any means. It's just what I personally use and what we use for our artists here at Heavenbound. So this is where I would start, is setting up and creating a Symphony OS account. So once you've created your Symphony OS account, you're going to figure out what song you want to use for the Forever Presave campaign. I just dropped a song recently, so I can't use my personal music career. Obviously, I would use one of our artists, but for personal privacy reasons, I'm not going to. This is my business partner, Colby. He makes indie folk, pop type style of music. Super talented artist. I'm going to be setting up a pre-save campaign for him, essentially. This is where we would start, put the release title in. You're going to go ahead and put the artwork in, make sure everything looks good here. You can set whatever colors you want. For me, I'm just going to put random colors because it's not really relevant. And then after pre-saving, send fans to a custom web page. This is the most important part, in my opinion, to actually getting people to opt into the Forever Presave. Because the problem that people have with pre-save is, like, what value are you offering, right? Like, unless they're super fans, they're probably not going to go pre-save your song just to pre-save it. Like, you see artists all the time, go pre-save my song, like promoting things on social media. But unless you have an actual marketing strategy behind that, good luck getting the pre-save. And so what we're doing here is we have a multitude of different ways to get the Forever Presave and to provide value and offer something to your fans. The biggest thing is, if you offer them an opportunity to listen to the song, the full song, before anyone gets to hear it, that's going to be able to get them to actually opt into the Forever Presave, go through the process. And not only that, but we can also not just get the Forever Presave, but we can also collect their email. And I'm going to show you how we're going to do that here shortly. So what I want you guys to do now is to go and create an Untitled link. Go look up Untitled. I can show you here in a second. So this is an example of the Forever Presave that I did for a recent single called Holy Pocket. Now, Untitled is pretty much just an app you can get on your phone or go on the website, and you can upload your unreleased music. You can put the cover art, and you can share it with people all across the world. You can turn off downloads so they can't download it, they can't do anything with it, but they can listen to the music unreleased before anyone else gets to hear it. Go set up an Untitled account, put your song in there that you're going to be building this campaign off of, and then we can, reconvene from there. But the biggest thing with this is, whoever I send this link to is now going to be able to listen to the song before anyone else gets to hear it. Now we have incentive, right? We have value we can offer to your fans of, hey, if you Forever Presave my song, I'll send you the thing before anyone else can get to hear it. That's one thing, right? We're going to take the link to that and we're going to go ahead and slap it in here. So now after they pre-save the song, it's going to actually give them the full thing unreleased, which is valuable, right? Because that's what they wanted in the first place, or they wouldn't have engaged with your social media around that song, or they wouldn't have clicked on the ad campaign that we'll show you how to set up. Going to the next thing, we want to collect fan data, we want to boost followers, we want to get Forever Presave. Those are all things to keep on. You're going to put your UPC or ISRC code, which I'm going to go grab from my buddy right here. That way it can actually track the song itself. So boom, we'll drop it in there, and that way it knows how to pull the data that it needs to do its job. And then if we go to release date, May 28th, 6 a.m. Central, real-time release, that's fine. You can keep all, I don't normally turn Deezer off, I normally turn Audio Mac on and SoundCloud, just the top two, Spotify and Apple Music. We'll go next. We have everything enabled, we have the platforms, we have the release date. Now we're done. So now we have a pre-save campaign built around the song. Now let me show you what this looks like when someone actually clicks on the advertisement, or whether you DM them this or text them this, whatever it may be. This is the process they're going to go through. They're going to go to their Spotify. It's going to ask them to subscribe. So subscribe to future releases from 4KL Official. This is going to say, it would normally say Colby, but I'm using my account. So boom, you're going to go ahead and subscribe. And now you're subscribing to the Forever Presave, and it's taking you to the unreleased song. So the only difference in this is because I've already, you know, pre-saved a song, it would normally would take you to Spotify. So I already pre-saved on Spotify, so I can't show you an example of that. You know, obviously you can see in the recent part of the recording that I showed you, it asked for my email after I pre-saved on Spotify, and that is the key part there. And then it actually took me to the Untitled page to listen to the music. Same thing with Apple Music, but this is going to be pretty much what pops up. It's going to ask to, you know, request access, and then it's going to ask for your email. So pre-save wouldn't be on Apple Music, subscribe to future releases from 4KL Official. And now after giving the pre-save, the Forever Presave, it's going to take me to the song. Hopefully that makes sense to you guys. So not only are you collecting the Forever Presave, but you're also getting the email from the fan, and then you're giving them something in return for value. The biggest thing with this as well is when you do it on Spotify, not only does it pre-save the song and pre-save every song you drop in the future, because they accept access for Symphony and for your account to be active in theirs, where they're now going to be pre-saving all of your songs moving forward, but also it actually has them follow you on Spotify. So let me show you an example of that, guys. Now that you guys have seen the actual process of it, kind of how it worked with Symphony and kind of like looking at that side of things, let me show you guys the ins and outs of kind of how this works here. So this is the campaign that I actually ran for my song. It's already out. Let me show you guys some details in this campaign. So we got 139 pre-saves in general. 107 of those were Forever Presaves. 107 emails collected and 93 followers. So like I mentioned, some of these Forever Presaves also are, it's going to automatically have them follow you. So all within with the click of one button, we got 107 Forever Presaves, 107 emails, and 93 new followers on Spotify. So that is huge, right? And we gave them value in return. Like, these are real emails that we're going to be able to use for anything, email and SMS marketing. You know how important it is to own your fan base in today's day and age as an artist. So this is a very successful pre-save campaign that I only did like 2 weeks before the song dropped. So imagine this. Imagine if you did this for every single release, and let's say you had even more of a fan base or more emotion than me. You could be collecting hundreds of emails and getting hundreds of Forever Presave every single release that you have. Now I want to show you the couple different methods that we have as far as actually collecting these, right? And I'll show you the main one that I used here. So as you guys can see here, I had a video on my Instagram that I said comment holy and I'll send you the full song early, right? This was before the song released. This was in advance, right? So this was warming people up, and the video did really well. Got like 20,000 views or something like that. And as you can see, people that were commenting holy, I was auto responding to them, sending them the pre-release thing in their DMs. So pretty much what I had was I had an automation set up that sent them a voice note of me basically saying like, hey, I appreciate you showing love. I said, hey, if you pre-save the song, I'll send you the full thing in advance before anyone else gets to hear it. This engaged them to go pre-save the song, and I got so many comments here, like over 100 comments of people, you know, commenting holy. They wanted to hear the song. They wanted to get the full thing unreleased before anyone else got to hear it. And I gave them the opportunity to do that, but in exchange for a Forever Presave and in exchange for an email collected. This is one method, is utilizing your social media fan base, setting up a ManyChat automation, which is a whole other thing we can get into another day. This is, you know, an amazing way to get people to actually engage with the Forever Presave campaign. And obviously, like, that's the free way, right? This is the paid way. So there's two different ways that I marketed this Presave campaign. I did my social media, which you saw, and then I also ran a meta campaign. I only spent around $100 on this meta campaign. A lot of it was spent in the testing phase, so if I did it earlier, I could have got a way better cost per presave. Typically I'm seeing around $1 cost per presave on these kind of campaigns. Again, this just looks a little bit higher because I didn't really let it get out of the learning phase. Now pretty much what I did is I targeted people that were fans of my music. I also targeted my Instagram following, my current fans, and then also people who just like my style of music. And I pretty much put together creatives that said, you know, pre-save and get early access to the song. So people that are seeing these advertisements were like, oh my gosh, the song is fire, I want to pre-save it and I want to hear the full thing now before it even gets released, right? So enticing again my fan base through advertisements. And also some of these people weren't even my fans previously, but they just loved the song so much they wanted to hear it before anyone else. And then I gave them the opportunity, so this ad drove them to that Symphony OS landing page that allowed them to pre-save, get the song early, etc. So it's really simple. You know, I think the biggest thing is like knowing how to set up these campaigns, knowing how to target, and then also having the budget behind it. You're going to want to put at least $200 to $300 behind these campaigns if you're going to do it. But this is a paid strategy, and then I showed you guys the free strategy on social media. So that's a Forever Presave. It's still very new to a lot of people. It's been around for some time now, but a lot of people are still like not utilizing it. It's an amazing strategy that has changed my career and so many artists that we work with here at Heavenbound. If you're a Christian artist in the space that needs help with setting up campaigns like this at this high level of execution, or just needs help with music marketing in general, I'm the founder of Heavenbound Music Marketing. You know, we have an amazing team here that is able to partner with Christian artists and help them spread the gospel through their music and help them actually grow an authentic fan base. So I'll leave some links below so you can, schedule the call with us, check out our services and see what we're about. But if this is something you're interested in setting up, we'd be happy to help. And yeah, give people the reason, right? Like, don't just go pre-save, go listen to my new song. Us as artists, we have to learn how to provide value. And this is a way that we've been able to do that. God bless you guys. Stay safe. Kendrick out.